Hi everyone, I'm Devleena. I'm back with another special episode of Icons Behind Brand, a special series, Leaders Crossroad, and a very special guest today, an alumni of IIM Indore with over 15 years of experience in brand and marketing sector. He has worked with prominent firms like Asian Paints, Bridgestone India, and currently working in India's foremost cement company, Ambuja Cement. I welcome Mr. Ayush Paul, who is a Vice President and Head of Marketing at Ambuja Cement. A very warm welcome to you, Ayush, on Icons Behind.
Thank you, Devleena. Thank you for the lovely introduction. I like to hear sometimes how my life has been located into 4-5 institutions, but that was a nice introduction to hear about yourself. So yeah,
We're glad to have you here, Ayush. And we would love to hear this from your side as well. About
sure.
journey, about your background, how your childhood has been, how you have grown and reached here. So we would love to know about that as well.
Okay. Yeah, that would be interesting to tell, of course, but yeah, life is a long journey. So, but yeah, I was born in Delhi. I went to school in Delhi, I went to engineering in Delhi. And then most of my life was centered around education, of course, but I like to play sports, particularly football, cricket, things that you get access to. And I had the privilege of growing among scientists because my mother was living in a scientist colony. So yeah, my childhood, if I have to say, until school was in Delhi and in around people who loved science. So yeah, but then of course I went along with other people how they were chasing the dream of becoming an engineer in India. Although I had a natural bent of mind towards computing technology. And I went through engineering, and soon I realized that engineering is something which is quite easy to me and it doesn't challenge me so much. Okay. So that's how life till I think education happened, and rest we should keep talking as we will talk about various things now going forward.
So would love to know a little about your professional journey as well, Ayush, how you have started, where you have started, and where you are today.
Right. So I actually got picked up by Asian Paints on campus during the placement season that happened just after finishing the course, right before finishing the course. So that you not stop your learning journey there and you keep learning while you also apply. So that happened, and within a month I got the letter of where I would be placed, and that was something which was quite it threw me back a bit. Because I've always been in a metro city, Delhi particularly, and then Indore or for MBA. And I did land up in Patna after my few days of induction in Mumbai. But the first question that bothered me in my beginning of the career is why does my workplace do not have a name? And then I was told stories of how people have had, ransom threats, etc., being thrown at them because they were official of a large company. So that was the beginning experience of my career, and it threw me it threw me thinking into a lot of various scenarios that I might be faced with. Fortunately, none of that happened. So that was my start, but then I got to move to Mumbai to a very different environment for again. Handling something in South Bombay for sales. So all of this was in sales. So I did not start in marketing. And I ultimately started handling the Asian Paints brand in 2012. It's a brand which is recognized very well. There was a time it was known for this symbol Kattu, a sort of a boy who has a paint can with a paintbrush. That was the identity of Asian Paints for many decades. Then it changed to the very well-known red and yellow Asian Paints logo with the paint drip on the P. And this was a time when it wanted to move to being known to be a more vibrant, decor-oriented brand. And what you see today as the logo was the logo that actually came into being during when I was there. It started happening before I came into the role. But I was at the juncture where we had to tell our consumers, our loyalists that while we are moving forward, we are not letting go of you.
Awesome. And one thing I would like to highlight here, Ayush, through you as well, as you said, you have started from sales and then you have moved into marketing, and for any newbie, I think it's a very valid point to understand that you really need to understand, what is the truth going on in the market, how how people behave, and that I think sales is the best way to know
Yeah.
the people's behavior. So how was the transition, Ayush, from sales to marketing? If you want to bring out some, if some learnings from sales which has helped you in marketing.
Yeah. I think because it was there, that sales team was there, the transition was easy. Otherwise, I would have ended up, listening to a lot of different people and getting confused and not being knowing where to actually channel everyone's energy. So when marketing, you actually work with a variety of people. You work with people who are in creative agencies. You work with people who are in media agencies. They have very different approaches towards a brand and what marketing is. Then you also work with people who are affected by a decision in terms of sales. And yes, in marketing, you do go through a lot of inciting market research work. But that's, I would still say, second hand or third hand information or data. And my mother used to say data is very interesting. There are three types of lie. There is a lie, a white lie, and then there is statistics. I mean, you need to keep doing it regularly. You can't just do it once in your life and be done with it. And that is why I think the transition from sales to marketing was smooth enough to be able to translate what the insights are to be acted upon.
Yeah, and this keeps you very close to the reality, to the truth, and it also reveals a lot about you and about the other person, about their nature, how you can behave in a particular situation. And when it reveals your strength as well as your weakness. And I think at the beginning of your career, it's very important to understand your strength and weaknesses so that you can play uh, in at your favor. So Ayush, coming into the we have spoke about behavior and consumer through sales and then into marketing. So now we are shifting gears into the marketing side. So think that attracts a consumer or customers regarding brand and marketing.
Okay, so it's a very complex thing to really describe what brand is, but in a nutshell, I see is that when you don't want to apply your brand and understand your offering very well, that whether this is good or not, you tend to use brand as a proxy. That okay, because this is a well-known brand, people use it. There's somewhat of a trust around it. That becomes the proxy for helping you decide. Many times, a lot of people who think about marketing forget that brand is built upon something very core, which is the product, the offering itself. And people tend to first choose what is the offer. Is this product right for my needs? Is this giving the right value that I need? And everyone is not same. There are people who are having different beliefs or different needs, values, systems, and they might see the same thing in different directions or perspectives, if I have to say.
Okay, so yeah, how I summarize into this, I have asked what attracts the customers into marketing and brand awareness. So I think you have clearly mentioned brand is not something which is built in one day. It is a consumer experience over years. So talking about brand itself in this category, Ambuja Cement, Ayush. So it's one of the leading cement companies of India, right? So what are the factors which is contributing to its growth in regards to marketing?
Right. Actually, so what I just said about brand is something very true to Ambuja Cements legacy also. It was some brand which was fairly new when it was introduced in the 1980s, 83 to be precise, that it started the company. And the founder of the company, Mr. Narottam Sixeria, was very a sharp businessman, but also sharp marketer, if I have to say. At that time, cement was a controlled commodity which was undersupplied. People had to book cement, in fact. So there was no need for manufacturers to actually think consumer first. That what the customer needs, let's figure out what is the best to be given. So they focus on a better product quality, and that's how the brand actually got born. But what we now know of the brand is that there was this classic advertising of Tito guy trying to come back together in the same house, and ये दीवार पे those kind of advertising language. But there was a lot of work happened before that too. Of course, all the layers of marketing creative have added to that, but at the crux has been the core of the product.
Wow, nice. So, Ayush, I would also like to talk about Ambuja Cement and ACC cement brand as well, right? So, these
Yeah.
two different brands which you are handling. So, how favorable it is, or how challenging it is?
ACC is a brand which was born before even independence. It started as a conglomeration of various cement plants which came together and called themselves as associated cement companies. It started becoming a brand because of its popularity and usage among consumers and the trust that it placed in them. Whereas Ambuja was fairly new in the 1980s. Ambuja and ACC actually for consumer is pretty clearly different brands. The struggle is with the marketers and which markets and which consumers people go to. People remember ACC as a very trusted old brand which they can rely on, and their generations have built their houses with that cement. Ambuja people know that okay, this is a very popular cement which has got higher strength and higher quality. And marketers struggle to classify in the same, let's say even the same neighborhood or the street, two people will have two different choices. How do we sway each other towards one of the brands? That's where the brands start playing an emotional role. So right now that's the situation with both ACC and Ambuja. I don't think we'll have a soon enough, but yeah, that's where I think our constant endeavor will be.
Yeah, and I think what you said, it's a challenge for the marketers to keep the brand identity remain its own because the category is similar and the differences are very minute, and you really need to create that brand identity in a very different manner. Ayush, you have worked on the trade marketing. Okay, so I have picked up something from your LinkedIn profile as well. Trade during your tenure with Asian Paints as a group brand manager. So, what does the term trade marketing means? If you'd like to talk about that.
Actually, trade marketing is something which is broad term, but most of it deals with actually getting the trade that you deal with. So, trade is someone who sells to who onward sells to your consumers. So, let me take an example of paints itself. Companies sell to paint dealers who are retailers. Sometimes there is someone who's also a wholesaler. So you sell to a wholesaler, he sells to a retailer. But most paint companies sell directly to retailers. Then the retailers also sell actually most of the times to a contractor nowadays. Someone who paints your house, who takes the job of painting your house. So this is key. The retailers, the wholesalers, contractors. And their decision on buying your product is dependent on various variables, including what the consumer is wanting in their market.
So I think
Yes.
if we have to summarize, this is called the trade marketing, and it's a reality in the industry like paints. Basically the distributorship model channels. Awesome. So Ayush, give us 3 tips on brand management that can help a business grow.
Right. So see, I am someone who's still learning. I consider myself as a student, but what I've learned, I'll share. Number one is actually spend more time learning about the consumer than trying to think on your own, and that will give you clarity. Okay, so you call it market research or your own visits to the market, that will help you. Second is try to curb your creativity to show that you can do something better than that has been done in the past. And third thing is, I would say, be able to listen to others. Be able to listen to your creative agency, media agencies. They speak from a broader perspective of what's happening in the society and market.
So what you said, Ayush, is very crucial. Being a leader is not just putting your thoughts to your support system or to your team and your agencies and all. So as you rightly said, to listen others, to have that broader perspective and to move ahead, including everyone else is a very strong sign of leadership. Right. So, Ayush, as you spoke about the agencies and partners, so I would like to know about what is your relationship with your agency partners, and what are the three must-have qualities you look for an agency?
Okay, so yeah, I would. My perspective is that my agencies, I treat them as equal partners, and I try to be friendly with them. Why is that? Is because that yes, they are all, everyone comes to their job work to do better. No one wants to come and do bad things. So it's your job to be able to see what they're actually good at. That's what I would say. The other part of the question was,
Three must-have qualities you look for in agencies.
yeah, I think a lot of times people are swayed by the name or the big brand that the agency might command. I think you need to look beyond that. See the talent which is there at the absolute ground level, the people who actually do the artwork and copywriting. How able are they to able to understand your customers? How are they able to appreciate the brand better? I think, and the ability to think independently and not just follow the line that you. That's something. These are the qualities I look for in any agency partner. Do they have an independent thought? Are their junior most talent motivated and able to see consumers and your brand clearly? And thirdly, I would say, there's some amount of sheer discipline that you need. That there are some tasks in time that need to happen. If they can't do, they need to be clear that they cannot do and just over promise. So these are things which really matter to me when I work with anyone, not just an agency.
Extremely important, extremely important to understand the groundwork. Also, Ayush, in your LinkedIn, we have noticed that the slow marketing trends, hashtag slow marketing in your LinkedIn profile, right? So if you can throw light on this particular section and enlighten our viewers on this part and listeners.
So first of all, let me declare that this is not something which I came up with. I heard this during a forum of marketers coming together, and it really struck my mind very deeply. Actually, this is from a creative director of an agency. I'll not name him, although he's tagged me on that post. What he was saying was that in today's day and age, there is a lot of information and clutter that is being thrown at people, and on top of that, the speed of churning that out has increased drastically. So this really. I got thinking a lot about that idea that maybe we need to slow down on how quickly we churn out things, and only quality will come out only we are able to pay attention and slow down the process of thinking a bit. Unless you will keep on churning out various things and that won't matter, you just pass by. You will be just happy that you did the campaign.
Right. Honestly, Ayush, I really like the topic. That's the reason why I have picked up this particular trend, slow marketing. So now with this, we are moving into a section which is little lighter than this. It's a rapid fire round. Let's see how it goes. You have to answer in one word or as many as possible. So, what has been your favorite age so far?
I think the teens were the favorite days that I experienced. I got so much time playing sports.
Oh, nice. That actually shows the interest of your sports. So, what is your favorite work memory?
I remember creating an internal video about women who were trained into painting, and that will open up a new livelihood. And I think that was the highlight of my career because so many people related to a very simple idea.
Okay. Nice. What has changed the most since you have started working in this company, Ambuja Cements?
What has changed the most? I think the amount of time I'm able to give my family that has changed the most because I've moved cities.
Super. What advice would you give an employee on their first day?
Okay, I think the first day, my advice would be to meet people around you, specifically around your desk.
Yes. If you could not work in this industry, what profession would you pursue?
Oh, I always thought I would love to be a professor or someone in the academics domain. I would love to be in that profession.
Super. When are you most productive?
I think I'm most productive during the morning hours, between 9 to 11, and then between 4 to 5.
What would you change about yourself?
I would like to change my level of patience. I sometimes feel it's too much. I could be a bit more impatient if I were.
Patience. Wow, that's a strength. Amazing. So, what advice would you give to your younger self?
I think nothing. Younger self can advise me. I think it's the other way.
So, with this, we are out of the rapid fire round, Ayush. And before we wind up the conversation, I want you to talk on, what is your message for aspiring marketers? Because a lot of viewers are from these schools. They are still studying and they're aspiring to become a marketer. So, what is your message for them?
I think, see, all B school graduates now are reading more theories, different kind of line of thinking than what I have read, and maybe generations before me have read. So there will always be new techniques, new terminologies, structures, but putting them aside for at least 5 years is important, and getting to know what is happening in business and society will teach you far more. And then you can apply those structures, techniques later on. But yeah, don't forget them. Those are very, very useful. That is what makes you an MBA graduate, frankly. Otherwise, you could be a commoner. But able to see facts, data, insights from your own perspective first and others also as you become mature in the first 5 years of the course is very important. So, leave your degree apart for 5 years at least, and then see world as it comes to you. Okay. So Ayush, with that, it's a wrap, and we had a great conversation. And thank you for being here.